Hello and welcome to another Let's Play Pokemon TCG Online. I'm Daniel, one of the hosts on the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, found right here on YouTube, as well as nerdupmedia.com. Make sure to head on over to nerdupmedia.com to check out our podcast, in which we discuss comics, movies, TV, video games, and more every week. And you can find that show as well on iTunes, Stitcher, and of course, again, here on YouTube. First match is by Trendy89. And if you notice the new format of the entire program, the Roaring Skies set did just come out this Wednesday. And that is huge for a lot of the Dragon trainers out there, anyone out there that wants to make a Dragon deck. They introduced the Double Dragon Energy, which pretty much supplies two colors, and which is really big for a lot of the Dragon trainers as well, because basically they normally have like a electric and grass attack, or not really any energies that pertain specifically to dragon types, which is pretty big. So to kind of alleviate that, they provided this brand new energy, which is a double dragon, almost a double rainbow, except you don't take any damage from it. And it's really helpful, so I'm curious as to whether or not we'll see some more dragon decks out there. But in the meantime, we do have a bunch of booster packs we can open from that Roaring Skies set. We'll open up 3 of them today. And it looks like they used Elisa, which they searched for 3 Pokemon tools, and they reveal them to us. Sparkling Robe, the Jamming Net. So a lot of stuff that can really hurt us here. So there it is, the Jamming Net. I'm pretty sure that reduces our attack by 20. Yep. Alright, so let's see what they have out. They've got a Delphox EX. The Floating Stone, no retreat cost on that Reshiram with the golden pattern, the full art gold on that one. I think it's like a secret rare as well. I've never drawn one of those. So let's see, they did 20 damage, and we are not confused. Alright, so let's go ahead and attack immediately right after we play a Dimension Valley. We'll draw 3. We do get a Muscle Band, which would help out the other Gengar, so let's go ahead and hold off on that one. And let's do double colorless. Well, there's already an item card on that guy, so let's go ahead and do that one on... oh, we can't do anything on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack. Poison the Delphox EX. And there it is. We'll put out Gengar. And they are poisoned with 130 damage. Although it looks like the Sparkling Robe prevented that. It doesn't... No special conditions affect the Pokemon that the Sparkling Robe is attached to, unfortunately. They've got the Suicune out there, which prevents damage from Pokemon EXs. And all we've got are 2 Gengars at the moment, one of which is hurting because of the Jamming Net. And they put out the Seismitoad EX. Alright. So I don't know if you guys, it's been a little while since we've gone up against the Seismitoad deck, and they are pretty deadly. They pretty much jam us from using any one of those tools that we have on our arsenal. So let's see what we do. Psybeam, and we are confused with Gengar. Let's see what we can do. We get another Gengar here. We can feed this other one. Let me see if I can try to retreat here. Put out this Gengar. There we go. Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage. We're no longer confused. Then we'll put out that same Gengar with the free retreat cost. So that's 90 on the Delphox EX. Once again, it's not poisoned because of that robe. I do want to go after the Seismitoad EX as soon as possible, so hopefully we'll draw a Lysander soon. So 200 damage onto Gengar EX with the Wonder Flare. Does 40 more for each energy attached to the Delphox, it looks like. So they're going to get 2 prizes out of that. Alright, hopefully we'll get a rare candy here. Let's draw 3. We do get another Litwick. Let's get some more energies in here. Let's see what other Pokemon we can draw up. And we do get a Gengar, so let's put that guy down. Alright, Muscle Band does not help us with this guy, so let's go ahead and feed. I'm going to have to sacrifice up a Litwick, unfortunately. So let's put that onto that Gengar. We're going to do another Dark Corridor attack for 40 damage. We'll put out Litwick. And this at least prevents them from drawing 2 prizes. They'll only draw 1. And we've got Delphox EX with 50 damage. And we should be able to knock it out next turn with the Muscle Band with the Dimension Valley that's out. Muscle Band. And then, of course, the Gengar, which they end up doing Lysander towards this Gengar, which already has 2 energies on him. The Professor's Letter, that's going to get them more energies, enough to feed something on their bench. So let's see what they go with. At least we should be able to knock out this Delphox EX next turn. 280 damage to the Gengar EX. That'll be the knockout. They get 2 prizes out of that. So there's one of theirs, and we're going to put out this Gengar. Still no rare candy, so let's go ahead and feed the Gengar, and we'll do a Dark Corridor attack. 80 damage, and we'll put out, let's see who we're going to go up against. Let's put out the Litwick just to play it safe. We'll get 2 prizes. We do get that Lysander. So if anything comes up that wants to hurt us, that we don't want to immediately lose to, like this Reshiram EX, we can at least buy ourselves a little bit of time. That's who they ended up putting out. So we've got the Mewtwo EX with 170. I could try to go for the knockout with the Lysander, which I may try to do. Let's see what they end up doing with Litwick first. So there goes our Muscle Band, unfortunately. That's what was going to knock out the Mewtwo EX. That's going to do quite a bit of damage to little Litwick. So 50 damage to him for the knockout. They get a prize. And we'll put out Gengar. Looks like this might be game, everyone. Alright, let's draw 3. Nope, no rare candy. Alright, so let's put out the Lampent. And we're going to put the free retreat cost onto the Lampent as well. We're going to do the Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage, poison it, and we'll put out Lampent. So that's 110 damage on the Reshiram EX that's left over. Let's see what they can actually do. The Brave Fire, 150 damage. So either way, it looks like that is going to be the game. There it is, 150 on Lampent for the knockout and the game. Alright, let's see what kind of bonuses we get this time. If anything at all. Let's see. Alright, so we get 3 coins out of that match. And then we get 4 for playing as well. This is the special challenge that is new to this Roaring Skies. It's a new format that they did as far as this new update where they actually show you if you're actually putting towards any kind of challenge. At least this is the first time that we've actually qualified for something when they put up the daily challenge, so it is showing us that we are making some progress with that. And of course you get booster packs, you get more coins when you complete those challenges, so it's kind of a fun incentive to keep playing. So it looks like here we do have a Dragon, Electric, and Grass deck, so maybe this is one of those brand new Roaring Skies sets that we've been seeing with the new booster packs with Roaring Skies. So we start out with a couple of Gengars. Our next opponent is Chochu 007. And they've got those really cool Pikachu sleeves. Alright, looks like they've got a Shaman EX and a Zekrom. So not too bad. Professor's Letter, Rare Candy that we started out with. No draw 3s yet, so let's go ahead and get some more energies. There we go. We'll go ahead and feed the Gengar, and we'll do a Night Attack for 30 damage onto the Zekrom. Looks like it's got an Outrage, does 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon, plus the 20 on it. And then the Bolt Strike does 120 damage. So I may actually want to start attacking the Shaman EX instead of the Zekrom, because the more I attack it, the stronger it gets. It's another Muscle Band onto Shaman. And there it is, 70 damage onto Gengar EX. Alright, so still nothing we can work with there, so let's go ahead and do another 30 damage, though we're going to do it on Shaman this time. Got 100 hit points left on Zekrom, and we've got 100 left on Gengar EX, 80 left on the Shaman. So they should go for the knockout with 140 damage with the Muscle Band. That's 40 to themselves. They're down to 60. And we got 1 Pokemon left. This might be a quick one. Any draw 3s, any basics. So we do get a little Litwick. Alright, let's go ahead and start feeding this Gengar. We'll do the Night Attack. And hopefully we'll draw up a double colorless energy next turn and go for the knockout on Zekrom. A little weird, we haven't started off with any draw 3s in spite of the fact that we have 8 in the deck. It's a little unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. And I do want to point you all to the Reasons I'm Broke logo at the top right hand corner of the screen. If you click on that, it'll subscribe to the channel where you will see future unboxings, future Pokemon matches. Alright, so we still don't get a double colorless, unfortunately, so I'm just going to have to feed the little Litwick and continue doing the Night Attack damage to the Shaman EX. So nothing at all to do here. It's going to be a very short match. No draw 3s, no Pokemon fan clubs, no nothing. Once again, the more I hurt this Zekrom, the more it's the stronger the attack gets. So there it is, 110 damage, it's down to 60. Little Litwick, do we get a Chandelier? Do we get a Chandelier? And we do. Alright, so let's go with the... Alright, here we go. Put that special energy onto Chandelier. We'll get the Versus Seeker and get that Charon right back. We'll use that next turn, hopefully. We can't attack this turn, so that'll end it. And in spite of that 120 damage that they can do, we'll be close to knocking out our Chandelier. There it is, 140. They went with the other attack, Heads, Fainting Spell, we bring it down with us. Does not matter though, because that will be game. That is our final Pokemon. And there's the defeat. But we do get a little bit more towards our special challenge, 2 booster packs for Roaring Skies. And let's jump on in. Let's go ahead and try to get a W on this recording. So far we have 133 overall wins with this deck. This time it'll be a Water, Psychic, and Colorless opponent that we're going up against. The name is Bahamut. Yes, we will go first. They have no basics. And we do have a Litwick that we start out with. There we go, we'll draw the extra. Okay, so we'll do Professor's Letter, get some more energies. There's the draw 3. Any more basics? Not yet, but we do get another Professor's Letter, and we'll get to evolve Litwick into Lampent next turn. Anything else we can do? We get that draw 3 right back. Alright, cool. So attach that, and that'll end our turn. Looks like they start off with a Kangaskhan EX, triple draw, draw 3. Kindred Kick does 70 damage if heads. It does 30 more for a total of 100, which would be enough to knock out Litwick. They play a Charon as well for the draw 3. Let's see if they get any more basics. It looks like they end up going with the triple draw, and they're going for 3 more cards out of their deck. Alright, so we do get a Gengar this time. We'll attach that Spirit Link onto him. We'll do the draw 3. Evolve into Lampent. And we will feed the Lampent as well. I don't want to play the Dimension Valley quite yet, so I'm going to do the Curse Drop and do 30 damage onto the Substitute. And get rid of that. If we can put up a Chandelier next turn, I won't be as worried about knocking out the Substitute first, because we do have that Kangaskhan EX out there. Now we have the Kyurem EX that just drew. We also have a Mew EX. There's that Silent Lab. So I'm really glad I didn't do the Dimension Valley quite yet, because we'll get rid of that next turn. They're going to go ahead with the draw 3, and that'll be it for them. Alright, do we get a Chandelier? Let's go ahead. Yes, we do end up getting him. We'll do the Dimension Valley, get rid of that Silent Lab, draw 3, another Kangaskhan. Let's do the Great Ball and see who else we can get. Let's get another Gengar here. There's the other Gengar, and we don't have to feed this guy, so we are going to put this one onto the Full Art Gengar. And we'll do a Curse Drop for 6 damage counters, and we're going to put them all on. Let's go after the Suicune, since that's the one that is preventing our Gengars from attacking if he puts that guy out. So there it is, all 6 on the Suicune. That's down to 40. The Kangaskhan EX shouldn't be able to knock us out next turn, unless, of course, there's some kind of Muscle Band involved. And even so, we still have the Fainting Spell, which can work for us. They're going to get some more basics. There's a Blastoise EX, and there's a Mewtwo EX. Alright, Kindred Kick does 70, 80, 90, 100 damage to Chandelier. So Chandelier's down to 30 HP. Not too worried about that. We have another Litwick here. We've got a rare candy we can use next turn. In the meantime, we are going to feed... let's go for this Gengar out here. Alright, cool. We'll do another Curse Drop. We'll knock out the Suicune. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll put the rest onto... not the Mew, because we can knock that guy out. So we're going to put the rest onto Mewtwo EX. Let's hope that Fainting Spell works out for us. If it doesn't, we still have that Gengar that can poison out the Kangaskhan EX. So they are going to knock us out for another 100 damage onto Chandelier. Let's see if we can bring down Kangaskhan EX with us. And we do not this time. Alright, so we're going to have to put out Gengar and see what he can do. Let's rare candy up this Chandelier. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to feed that same Chandelier. I would like to put a... actually, let's draw. Let's see if we get a special energy. Looks like we do not. Alright, so what do we have here? We can do an X-Ball. There's a number of things we can do, but that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to do the Evo Soda. I'm going to put out the Gengar EX onto our active Gengar. And we'll feed the Chandelier that's down here. Won't put the Rock Guard. Not quite yet. So let's go ahead and do the Phantom Gate attack. So we have to choose any one of these attacks. Splash Bomb does 30 damage to itself. Nope, the Pokemon can't use. So 120 damage onto Kangaskhan EX. Or we can do the... let's go for the X-Ball. So 100 damage onto Kangaskhan EX. So that Kangaskhan is down to 80 HP. What else do we have here? Rapid Spin. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Or Splash Bomb. Not very good. Doesn't really help us out. Same with that one. Mew EX. The regular attack. Hail Blizzard does 120. Alright, so they go with the Kindred Kick again. They only do 70 damage to Mega Gengar EX, so we should be able to go with them to the knockout. There's the Great Ball. We'll get another Gengar here. Put him down. Let's draw 3. We're down to 15 cards. That's alright. We'll put a Special Energy onto Chandelier, which is exactly what I was looking for. And we'll go with the knockout on Phantom Gate. So let's go with the X-Ball again. That'll be enough to knock out the Kangaskhan EX, and that's 2 more prizes for us. We're down to 150 HP. They put out the Mewtwo EX. We are not weak to Psychic. We're weak to Dark, although they may still be able to knock us out here. Yep, there it is. So they do the move with the X-Ball. 140 damage onto Mega Gengar EX. We're down to just 10 HP. So let's put out another little Litwick. Let's start to build up one of these Gengars. They end up conceding the match. I guess they knew we were going to knock out the Mewtwo EX and get 2 prizes with the X-Ball attack. There it is. 6 coins for winning. A couple more towards the special challenge. And we do have our first win for today. Alright, very cool. Let's do one more, and then we'll open up 3 packs of the brand new set, Roaring Skies. Alright, what are we going up against? A fighting deck. It looks like they do have the advantage. The opponent is Azucola. And it looks like they will go first. We start off with 2 Gengars and a Litwick. Do have a draw 3, a Rare Candy, a Lysander. So not too bad. Let's see what they have. A Landorus EX. They've got a Phanpy. They've got a Robo Substitute. And of course the Muscle Bands, which we see very often on the fighting decks. Really any deck. It's a very, very good card. We even have one in our deck. So they're going with the Lysander. They're going to put out Little Litwick. Alright, so in that case, let's go ahead and let's cancel that. Let's draw 3 first. Get some energies. There we go. Let's see who else we get. Oh, we get another Litwick. So even if that one's knocked out, not a big deal. I'm going to feed our Gengar, and that'll end our turn. So it looks like they will knock out Litwick with the Hammerhead. Does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Does 30 onto Litwick. Really 10 damage because of the resistance. But it looks like they end up feeding, or they end up evolving instead, and they might not have any energies. So what are we going to do here? What's our move? We will attach the special, retreat for free, put out the Gengar, and we'll do the Night Attack, do 30 damage onto the Landorus EX, because it does have that very dangerous Muscle Band. We do have a resistance to fighting. And it looks like that's all they end up doing, so let's go ahead and feed our Gengar once again. We'll do another 30 damage onto the Landorus EX, and it's down to 120. Hoping to get another draw 3. Of course, we're always hoping for a Chandelier. It looks like that's all they end up doing. Alright, so let's go ahead and do, what do we have here? This guy has no energies on it, so it's not really a threat. It's going to do the Dark Corridor for 60 damage. Put out Litwick. It's poisoned, and they're down to 50. There's that Landorus again. There's the Donphan. Don't see a lot of Donphans being played. Let's see what it does. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench for 40. If there's a Stadium card in play, this does an additional amount of damage. So they end up using the Scoop Up Cyclone, which pretty much brings the Landorus right back to their hand. So all that damage we did was basically for nothing. So there's that Robo Substitute. Let's go ahead and put out Litwick. And what can we do here? We can use the Lysander, but I'm going to hold off. Instead, we will feed this other Gengar here. We'll retreat for free, put out Gengar EX. And let's go ahead and do the Night Attack. 30 damage onto the Donphan. It's down to 100. That's the nice thing about these Ghost Pokemon, is we can attack the bench in spite of the Robo Substitute being out there. That's pretty much there to prevent us from attacking the active Pokemon, unless, of course, you have attacks like the Ghost types, which go straight after the bench. So there it is, 40 damage onto Litwick for the knockout, and we'll put out Gengar. Alright, so we do have a Spirit Link. We're going to put that onto that Gengar. We'll feed this guy. And looks like they can just retreat, do 40, and keep running away. But we're going to do another Night Attack for 70. Which is what it's down to. Maybe next turn I'll use the Lysander and bring out the Donphan so we can go for the knockout. Looks like they're preparing the Landorus EX instead. So they get rid of Robo Substitute. Who are they going to put out? They go for the Landorus EX. It does 10 damage to us, and 30 onto Litwick. Alright, still no Chandelier anywhere, so not really helping us out there, unfortunately. I don't want to use these energies in case we get a Dimension Valley, so let's go with the Dark Corridor attack, do 60 damage onto the Landorus, poison it, and we'll swap out with our Gengar EX. Alright, so what else can they do? They've got the Land's Judgment, still no Stadium cards in play, so not really much that can hurt us. And they put out another fan piece so they can evolve, I'm assuming, next turn. And they're going to do another 32 Litwick for the knockout. So they're attacking our bench as well. And still no Chandelier. That does not help us out any. I do want to knock out this fan P, but in the meantime, I guess we'll continue to... We'll do a Night Attack. Or, I'm sorry, a Dark Corridor, 60 damage. Retreat for this Gengar. They're down to 30. They're still poisoned. So one more of those attacks will take care of them. So there's the Fighting Stadium. Each fighting Pokemon in play does 20 more damage for their attacks, so they can do 30 onto Gengar EX instead of just the 10 they were doing due to the resistance. They can't attack our Litwick after this turn because we will be doing a Dark Corridor attack for the knockout. So let's go for it. There it is. We'll put out Gengar and we get 2 prizes. There's a Chandelier. With Litwick already at 20 HP. Looks like, yeah, they're going to do quite a bit of damage with that Donphan, with that Stadium card in play. So hopefully we'll get to put out Chandelier this turn, and we can start building it up. We do have a special energy right down here I really want to put on it. That way we can do that retreating play that we always do, that a lot of Broke Cats see right here on the channel. I do want to remind everyone, we also have more shows on nerdupmedia.com. We've got other podcasts like Those Two Jerks, other Let's Plays right here on YouTube like The Lazy Gaming Guys, and also a comic book review show, The Read Pile, all found at nerdupmedia.com if you need links. And don't forget to follow us here at The Reasons I'm Broke, on Twitter at Reasons I'm Broke, also on Facebook.com/The Reasons I'm Broke. Alright, so it looks like they ended up healing their Landorus once again. So let's go ahead and do the rare candy into the chandelier. There it is. And let's do a special energy onto chandelier. I'm tired of this Donphan, so let's get rid of that guy. There we go. Lysander, Dark Corridor, 60 damage, they're poisoned, and we'll put out... let's put out Chandelier. 3 prizes left. We do draw another Chandelier, so we know where at least 2 of them were. Energy Retrieval. Let's see, do we need some? No energies there except that special energy, which of course we can't get back. I'm hoping they put out the Landorus EX, because if they knock it out, there's that Feigning Spell. Hopefully it activates, knocks it out as well, then we'll be down to 1. Although they have no energies on that, so it'll be a little while before they can actually attack us. In the meantime, I do have this double colorless energy, and I will go for the Fan P, even though it does have 80 HP. So I can hopefully prevent another Donphan from coming up again. We need a Dimension Valley out here. We need some more draw 3s. We need more basics if possible. So they go for the Machop. And that's one of the Pokemon League exclusives. It's really cool looking. Let's see if they put it out. That way I can get a closer look at it. No, it looks like they don't, at least quite yet. Versus Seeker, it looks like they may get that Lysander right back. Alright, so there's that Machop I was talking about. It's got the little Pokemon League logo at the bottom right-hand corner of the art. It's really cool. If you go to any kind of your local Pokemon League, as you earn prizes, you get codes for the online game. And you get cards that have that specific Pokemon League logo, and on top of that, they are holofoil or holographic, whatever you want to say, shiny. As you can see right there. It's a really cool Machop. So there it is, 10 damage. They're going to do 30 onto Gengar EX. So we're going to go after the poisoning on this guy. But first, let's get some more energies here. The last 2 basics in our deck. Put the double colorless onto Chandelier. We'll do the retreat. And we'll put out one of the Gengars. Let's go ahead and poison up the Landorus EX. Put some pressure on it and put out the Chandelier right back. So the Landorus EX, it's down to 110. And we have another Chandelier. They've got a rare candy, so they're going to go ahead and put out the Machamp. Each fighting Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's why they have that guy out there, because immediately he's going to start doing extra damage on us, no matter who is actually attacking. So we want to make sure we get rid of Landorus EX as soon as possible. Hopefully they don't get any more energies anytime soon. So there's a Donphan. Another one we have to deal with. And we don't have any Lysanders that we can use yet. Let's see what this guy's weak against. Weak against Psychic ×2. It's not bad. And the Muscle Band on top of that. So that Donphan is going to hurt. Let's see who they're actually going to set up here. So the Muscle Band ended up going onto the Landorus EX. 50 damage onto Chandelier. 30 onto Gengar EX. And we're down to 40. Next attack will be gone. So in that case, let's go ahead and get that Lysander back just in case we need to use it. We've got plenty of draw 3s in the deck. Everyone is pretty much fed on energies, so we're going to do a Curse Drop, and we're going to put all 6 onto... Let's go for the Donphan. There we go. So it's down to 70. If anything, we can knock it out with Gengar's Dark Corridor attack with the poisoning combo. Let's hope the Feigning Spell works out for us this time. So they're going to discard their hand. They're going to draw 7. They're down to 21 in their deck. We're down to 27. We still have that Lysander to help us out in case we need it. And hopefully Chandelier comes through for us on the Feigning Spell, and we can get 2 more prizes. Then we'll be down to 1 with the Donphan. I can Lysander it out, put out Gengar EX, do the 60, and then the 10 with the damage on the poison, and then that should be game. Of course, that's an ideal situation. That's a lot of things have to fall into place for us to win this match next turn. So let's see if they go for the attack, which they should, onto Chandelier. That's the nice thing. We do have the resistance to fighting on all of our guys here, so at least their Muscle Band is canceled, but they still have the Machamp up there that is hurting us. They have another Muscle Band that they're going to end up putting onto the Donphan. They put out another Machamp. Alright, 50 damage onto, onto Chandelier. Feigning Spell doesn't work. It works for us. So that's 2 prizes. They do 30 onto the Gengar EX. And there's our 2 prizes. Awesome. Which Gengar we're going to put out? Obviously, we're going to put out the one with 130. Then Machamp is down to 150. So we're going to go for the knockout. We're going to play Dimension Valley. Lysander out the Donphan. And we're going to do Dark Order attack, 60 damage. They're poisoned. And that'll be game. Alright, Brokettes. So we did get 2 victories as we recorded today. 2 victories, 2 losses. Let's see. We do get a mystery prize. Let's see what it is. We'll know at the very end. Let's see what our bonus is for winning. We get 3 coins. Alright, and more towards the special challenge. We have 3 days to complete that challenge. Let's go to done. And we end up getting 4 tournament tickets. Alright, Brokettes, let's go into our collection and open up some packs. As you can see, the brand new set, Roaring Skies, we have 36 of those booster packs. So let's go ahead and open up 3 today. Alright. A lot of this I'll use to trade off and try to get some other cards, because there's not really too much in the Roaring Skies set that'll work with the kind of deck that we're playing. So there's the Dunsparce. We've got Nincada, Dratini, Love Dratini, Spearow, Wingull. This one's really interesting, the Skyfield. Each player can have 8 Pokemon on his or her bench. When this card leaves play, each player discards benched Pokemon until he or she has 5 Pokemon on the bench. The owner of this card discards first. So I don't know how that's going to look on the actual online game, because we haven't seen anything more than 6 played yet. There's Wally. It's kind of like an Evo Soda, but it's a supporter, so it's not quite as good. A Manectric. Let's see, what do we get? Rare is the first one, is the Carbink. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. And the last one, a Talonflame. Looks like a reverse hollow Talonflame. It is a rare, number 15 out of 108. Let's open up another one. Let's see, Tailo, Fletchling, and Inkay. As you can see, it punched Meowth in the eye and stole its its fruit or vegetable or whatever. That's an awesome card. We've got the Bagon, another Spearow, the Latios Spirit Link. Ninjask, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. That's interesting. Shelgon, any damage done to this Pokemon is reduced by 10. We've got the Mega Turbo. Attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your Mega Evolution cards. Not bad. And we've got a half full art Swellow. That one's number 72, so one more. Alright, what do we get? Pikachu. It seems like he's in every single set. We've got Togepi, who is a fairy type now. The Shuppet, Natu. We do have a Switch, which could be useful in the future. Ultra Balls, you see a ton of those being played. Fletchinder, or Fletchinder. Fletchinder, I think, is what it is. We've got a Fearow, which is an uncommon, but it is a reverse hollow. And finally, we do get a Jirachi. So this one is a steel type. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Second attack is Doom Desire for a steel and a colorless energy. Discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. The defending Pokemon is knocked out at the end of your opponent's next turn. That could be really useful if you're playing a steel deck. Personally, I would probably put a Jirachi in there for that attack. If you can get an energy retrieval and put that out, that's basically a knockout at least once per turn, as long as you have the energy to go for it. Alright, so there we go, Brokettes. We'll open up some more booster packs next time here on The Reasons I'm Broke. Let's play Pokemon TCG Online. Don't forget to check out our regular podcast, as we record that every week. We cover comics, movies, TV, video games, and more. Subscribe by clicking on the top right-hand corner, The Reasons I'm Broke logo, for future Pokemon Let's Plays, as well as unboxings right here on YouTube, as well as the podcast. All of that could also be found at nerdupmedia.com. Thank you so much for joining us on this one, and we'll see you on the next one.